Hello, my name is Jesse Moon. Welcome to the inaugural Mulvey Media Speaking Series event. We're here to talk to you about distribution strategies of luxury goods. We have three unique experts in the field, Pouya Safi, Vincenzo Sposato, and Thomas George, and a special guest, yours truly. I'd like to introduce Pouya Safi to begin, to give us a brief overview of the market. Welcome, Pouya.
Jesse. Can I call you Jesse?
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Come sit down.
Oh, thank you.
Do you want to give us a brief introduction to the luxury goods market?
Of course, the luxury goods market is a unique market. It's one that's been expanding and one that's had dips. Anytime there's a financial crisis or a downturn in the market, there's going to be people scared of the luxury goods, so they'll hurt. So since 2008 there was a huge drop in the market, but since then we've seen steady growth. We saw 10% growth last year, and this year we're at $212 billion for the market. And that's consumer goods. Now, if you take a look at the whole market in luxury goods, we're looking at almost $700 billion. And that'll include our things like the yachts and the wines, the foods, everything, the cars, the whole luxury market as a whole. Today I think we're concentrating on the consumer goods market, but it's nice to know where we stand as a whole. And so we're doing well. 212 billion euros is fantastic.
Great. I'm wondering if you could touch a little bit more on the personal luxury goods and their market distribution.
Yeah, the leader remains the Americas. They have 30% of the market right now in the consumer goods. And the second largest is Europe at 37%. But we're seeing major growth in Asia Pacific. Asia Pacific is at 19% and Japan is at 9%. So together, they're almost the size of the Americas. And the rest of the world, very small market, 5%. But things are changing. The world is the luxury goods. It's moving towards the east.
It's very interesting. I'm wondering if you could take us a step further and talk just a little bit more about growth trends with specific segments.
Sure. As we said, in the personal consumer goods, we grew 10% year over year, and the year before that it was about 13%. So it's good growth that we're seeing. Part of that, we have the cosmetics and the perfumes, which has seen the smallest growth, 5% and 4% respectively in last year growth. The watches, 24% growth. It's been huge. People are buying luxury watches. It's one of those things that if you don't have a luxury watch, you're really not living.
Tell me about it.
I got my Cartier, I got my Jaeger, not a big deal. But the other part is the jewels. Everyone likes golden jewels. And the shoes and the leather goods are also an area that's been growing as well. So accessories are huge.
That's fantastic. It's really interesting. I'm wondering if you could talk just a little bit more about, you touched on it briefly in terms of the market share, but what about regional growth?
Sure. So like I said, as a whole, the consumer goods grew 10%. But if we look at the region in itself, the Americas, 13%, pretty respectable. Europe, only 5%. They're really slowing down in terms of growth. Europeans aren't buying the luxury goods. Spain's not doing so well. Italy, what's going on there? The rest of the world, 8%. Japan, 8%. And Asia Pacific, fantastic growth. 18% Asia Pacific. And China alone, 20% this year. Last year, 30%. So we're really seeing a shift in the market.
That's staggering. That's unbelievable, really. And then you touched briefly there, 30%, 20% growth in China. What more do you know about these Chinese consumers?
Sure. You'll be shocked to know that 1 in every 4 luxury purchases is by a Chinese consumer. That's 25%. And so it's not only in China that these consumers are buying these luxury goods, it's also in Europe. So a lot of the tourism, because it's gotten a lot easier for Chinese consumers to go to Europe and travel abroad, they're going to Europe and purchasing. So those numbers at 37% in Europe are a little deceiving because a lot of these are by Chinese consumers and tourists. China makes up, including Hong Kong and Macau, make up 27 billion euros in the market, in the consumer goods. And 50% of the luxury purchases in China by Chinese, and also 30% of the Europe, like I said, is by the Chinese consumers. So it's huge.
That's fantastic. I'm wondering if you could talk to us just a little bit more about the purchasing behaviors of the different generations.
Little memory lapse there, eh?
I didn't know where I was going with that.
We never do. You know, there's three segments we can take a look at. We've got the baby boomers, the Generation X and Y, and also the Generation Z. If we take a look at first the baby boomers, these people, they want exclusivity and status, don't we all? Yeah.
Yes.
Of course. And scarcity. They don't want everyone to have the product, so they're looking at the top end stuff and they want to be, listen, I've got this watch, I've got this yacht, you don't have it, tough luck. They're very detached in the selling ceremony, and they really like the personal relationships they build through the places that they shop. And the caveat is here is the way you get these customers is through the brick and mortar. Generation X and Y, you've got your 20 to 35-year-olds and your 35 to 55-year-olds. And here, they want a sense of belonging. They're in that midlife area that they don't know which path to consider. So they want to really belong to the products that they have. So they want that customer relationship with the product. And they're now open to multi-channels. They're okay with online and going to the discounts to get that product that they really want.
I feel you on that one.
Don't we all? Generation Z. Now, these are the Biebers of the world. You know, I hate these people. They're spoiled kids. They're unique. They want that uniqueness factor. They're great for the market because they actually value the 24/7 availability and the at-a-click shopping. So they're great. That's where the market is going. They want a 360 experience, and they're omni-channel, like I said. So these are great customers, but you know, they can be annoying at times.
Thanks, Pouya. I really appreciate your time.
Anytime. Thank you.
Good.